So we have created our OpenSSH key pair, and the next thing to do now is to make sure that the key is in memory every time we log on to macOS. So we've protected our key with a passphrase, and which means that every time we use it, we would have to either give that passphrase, or we can tell macOS to store that particular passphrase in the system-wide keychain and load the key into the key agent from every time you log in, so that the complete operation is fire and forget. You have to do this only once, and after that the key is available for you at any given time. So that's what the key agent does for you. It holds the unlocked key in memory. So, and the configuration is pretty straightforward, but so let's open up a terminal again. And we are now in our home directory, of course. So now let's change into our .ssh directory that contains the keys. And here with an ls, you can see we get our id_rsa, that's the private key, and then id_rsa.pub, that is the public key. So before we actually add the key to the key agent, we will configure it so that we tell the thing to have the passphrase to the key in the system-wide keychain. For that, we have to create a configuration file for OpenSSH called config. And the easiest way to create an empty file on the Unix command line is via the command touch. And so I'm going to do a touch config that touches a command that actually updates a file's timestamp. And if the file doesn't exist, it creates an empty one for us, which it is done right now. So when I type ls now, you will see I have a third file in there, which is empty right now, config. So we're going to open this up now with with TextEdit, and there are a couple of ways to do this. We could open up a Finder window and then click on it and everything. Again, command line to the rescue. Let's do this from the command line. We can actually say, okay, well, open. Which application do we want to open this with? And so -a means the application is TextEdit, which is the default text editor on macOS. And then we want to open the file config. Once we've done that, a window pops up that allows us now to write the contents of the file. So, and we're gonna just write a directive in the OpenSSH configuration that applies to all hosts, which is what host star means. And let's do this, and all we have to do here is say add keys to agent. Yes, so that's the first one. That tells us that whenever we start up, that the keys are added automatically to the agent. We want to use the keychain. That's the next one. Use keychain. Yes, this enables the storage of the passphrase for the private key into the system keychain. And now we have to just say, okay, which file do we want to, which key do we want to apply this to? So this is the identity file here, and it lives in our home directory, which is shorthand is the tilde, and then .ssh, and then id_rsa. And that's that. So we can now close and save this. So when I close this, it's automatically been actually saved, as you can see, and it's there for us. So again, let's look at this one more time. So, and we can actually confirm that it's there by actually doing cat, which is short for catalog. It's an ancient Unix command to see that this has been saved. Our system is ready now to add this to the chain. All we have to do and again, we only have to do this once now to add this to the key agent. So this is SSH-add, and then all we have to do right now is to tell it to actually use and put the key passphrase into the keychain with the -k option. It asks us for the passphrase for the key, which I'm going to give it. And this is it. So the identity has been added. The passphrase for the key has been stored in the keychain. And from this moment on a Mac, you will never have to do this again. Whenever you log in to the system and it needs access to the private key, the system will automatically load the key and put the key into memory, unlocking it with the passphrase stored in the system-wide keychain.